Hey, OPC, Tammy here with this week's mat class, Love Potion number 9.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
Yes, we are in the season of love. If you celebrate Valentine's Day where you are, this is when it happens. And what better way to celebrate love than taking care of ourselves? We did do Love Potion number 9 last year, and we're doing it again because we all need that extra bit. And our extra bit of love is stretching. So every 9th exercise, we are going to take a little extra deeper dive into whatever stretch we're doing. For today's class, please have your Pilates pole. If you don't have a pole, you can use a Swiffer handle, you can use a yardstick, you can cut a stick from the backyard. All of them work great. And if there's anything that you use in your practice that makes your practice amazing and wonderful for you, by all means, bring it down to the mat with us. We love that you honor your body, that you leave out what doesn't work for you, and that you modify to make it work for you. And in the spirit of modification, if you're having an issue with an exercise, submit to FFF, and we will watch your video of you doing an exercise and give you some tips on how to help you connect more with that exercise and make it feel great in your body. Okay, let's get into some Love Potion. So starting with our stick, let's just come down and onto our back first. We're just going to hold your bar just right above the chest line and make sure your wrists are nice and straight and pull the bar apart a little bit. So really try and feel your back muscles turn on. Try and feel the backside of your pelvis nice and heavy and your chest getting wider. So we don't want your shoulders lifting off of the floor, right? Because that doesn't help us with anything that we need to do. So we're going to begin with our hundreds underneath. And let's go ahead and come up into our long curved position for hundreds, reaching out. And let's inhale and out. In and out. So having the bar underneath you here does give you a different spot to focus on. And for our last few hundreds, if you'd like to try taking the bar a little in top of the legs and bringing the legs down. If you've been working on your curve and trying to get a little bit more out of your curve, this is a great position to try that in. And I think this is number 9. And come on down. All right, we're going to go into our roll up. I'm going to go ahead and use the straps here in my flexion. You don't have to, and when you have the bar, you might find that you don't need to use that. We're going to do 2 with our hands facing forward. So pull that bar apart. Get all those same back connections we were talking about. Let's come forward, round over, and round that back and down. One more just like this. Now, this time when we go down for number 3, I'm going to have you turn your hands around. Notice I don't take my hands back all the way because I start to lose my back connection. I'm only letting my arms go back as far as I can keep the back connection turned on. And coming up, kind of interesting when you mix up that hand position. Now for our roll over, if you have a mat like this one, this is the 𝐒𝐁𝐒 mat that is raised and goes with the tower system, using it also for our mat practice here. It's fantastic. You can put your hands on the bars that are up by your head, or try this. Put the bar just below the buns and bring your hands on top so that you can really press down with your palms. Let's try roll over this way. Taking that back, flex, point, and rolling down, continuing to press here, just like we do for our hundreds. We make a little circle at the end. We flex, open, point, bring it down. Now let's keep the legs apart. Go back, flex together, point, roll it down, circle open. And bringing that in. Just a different change on where you're focusing your muscles. All right, let's try now our single leg circle. So I'm going to try this, keeping this leg out of the strap, this one up to ceiling, and going to pull on the bar. It doesn't have to be dead ahead to the ceiling. It can be a little bit at the angle, wherever you feel like you have the most control. And see, going 5 to center first, 2 more here. Does the pull of the bar help you be stable? Now flip your hands around and try going the outside circle in this hand position. Okay, this is so much harder. 1 more. And switching legs. As you continue to do this class over the next couple of weeks, you can mix up those hand positions. So first I'm pulling apart, cross circle in. Ooh, much wobblier on this side. Let's see what happens when I flip that around. I'm pulling and open. I'm going to make my circle a little smaller and see if I can find the line I'm looking for of control. And bringing that down. All right, we're going to come up. Normally when we do rolling like a ball, our focus is hands on top of the shins and we're pressing up. We're going to put the bar underneath the calf, ankle, any place that reaches well for you with that same turnout. Now, you are pushing up on the bar at the same time as your legs are pushing down on the bar. This is going to help us with the arm back connection and finding the round we're looking for. So you're rolling like a ball is not you trying to roll on a flat back, which would be really uncomfortable. Let's do 1 more. Okay, let's go into part. We're going to do most of our ab series. We're going to start with a single bent leg in, and I'm going to stay on this one side, and we're just going to pull, pull, and reach. Pull, pull, and reach. You can even bring the other knee in if you want, and reach. Then we're going to switch and pull, pull, and reach. Pull, pull, and reach. And bringing that in. For our double, I'm going to put the pole just to the side here because I love to get this circle in the arms. If you heard that crack, that was me. This is my arm cracking a bit in the shoulder socket. All right, so now we're going to go into our single straight leg stretch. So the bar is going to go somewhere behind the calf and ankle, and let's reach here and we can pull, pull, let both legs come up. Pull, pull, and come up. 1 more. Pull, pull. It's such a nice curve in the back. Pull, pull slightly up. Pull, pull, and up. Pull, pull, and up. Okay, that means we have gotten to number 9. We get to do some deep stretching. This is our number 9. Get some love potion. All right, I'm going to go into a nice wide V here at my moon boxes, and we're going to do some variations for our spine stretch going forward. So the first one I'm going to do is just the bar right on top of the thighs, a little softness behind the knees, and I'm going to let that just sort of roll down and roll back up. Let's do that again. Rolling, goes all the way up towards my elbows and rolls back. It's like your own little personal foam roller massage on your thighs and coming back up this way. So now let's try the arms flowing with us like an oversized paddle wheel. We're going to pull up, finding the length just like we did when we were laying on the floor. Reach forward and curving back up and over and back. Now we're going to reverse it as if we were doing rowing on the reformer. Reach from the low side and curve up. Roll the arms back down. Roll forward. Reach up and curl the arms back down. So just like when we were doing our rolling like a ball, we're going to use our stick for open leg rocker. So If you struggle with keeping the arms straight or the legs straight, this is a wonderful tool to work on if you just want to feel open leg rocker a little more deeply. I'm going to start with the knees bent and work on where my arms are straight and can I keep the curve in my spine that is ideal. So here we go, rocking and coming up. So my heart is up while I still have that curl. Now you can try straightening the legs. Okay, we're going to do close and open. The bar can help us with finding that line. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can keep my feet together with that flexion. It's not always the easiest one to do. And fighting for the end. The bar does make that very helpful. Let's try corkscrew. Now, in corkscrew, hands are down or hands are holding. I want you to try this. It's almost a bicep grip. So it's just as wide as you can keep your elbows close into the side of your body. You are pressing your triceps down into the bed, getting those shoulders nice and far away from your ears. Let's go ahead and reach the legs up, find that wrapping sensation through the buns, and pull this bar apart. This is going to be our anchor. Your circles for your corkscrew are going to be a little bit smaller. You don't have as much leverage, but boy, can you feel what happens in your upper body from side to side. Whew. And one more on the side. When this is your only anchor that you've got. Let's do a little bit of saw. Put your pole to the side for just a second. We're going to do first just a nice diamond position, just turning, dropping down. You can also keep the fingertips on your shoulders if that feels good to you. And then we're going to take our legs out to our boxes, and I want you to reach on the inside of the leg first. Coming up, turn, reach with your 3 pulses to the inside of the leg. Coming up, now reach to the outside of the leg. And other side. And relaxing that. Everything we do has a bit of room for us to grow through. So here we go into swan. So we already have these bars here on your mat if you have this type of mat. I would also love you to try bringing the bar just underneath from the chin line, pressing up here, and seeing what happens now if we add this as a little bit of a roll. So as we come up, we roll it towards and we roll it away. So the hands actually start maybe a little more ahead of you than normal. You can play with this position. I find I don't usually get to a full straight arm, but wow, it does make it so that I'm very aware of when I'm using my lower back as opposed to if I'm too turned out or turned in where my knees are located. Now, as we go into our single leg kicks, I want you to try this. Place your pole right underneath your hip bones, right where the crest comes out. It should be quite uncomfortable if you have all your weight on it. So we're going to use our single leg kick, and I'm going to drop my dragon's tail. It's like turning your thighs on and slightly dropping the lower back, and you feel your weight come off of the poles. This is actually where we're supposed to be when we're doing our single leg kicks. Make sure your knees are down, soles of the feet are up, and 1, 2. Heart is up and trying to reach across the room and relaxing that. Okay, we're going to take the pole out for our double leg kick. And let's do this as a little bit of a moving dance for our hands. So we're going to start with our hands not all the way into the body, maybe just 2 inches out. And we do our 3 kicks, and as we reach, we find that height for the arms and the chest. Now move your hands a little bit in on the next set of kicks and reach. Here we go. Bring the hands closer and reach. We have one last position. Bring the hands as close together as you can and reach. As you continue to repeat this class, if you don't already have that openness to bring the hands all the way together, it will come. All right, we're going to turn around for our thigh stretch. And let's go ahead and do both hand positions. So we're going to do palms facing forward, and just like when we were laying on the floor. If by taking your arms all the way back, biceps to ears, it makes your back do pinchy things, bring your arms a little forward. Pull the bar apart. Find that wide and low back position, wide chest position, and then start to pull the arms back. That's how you know you're dialed into your ideal position. And then down and coming up and coming up. Stay here. Turn those hands around. Give it that pulling check. Can you keep that same activity without flexing the wrists to make it happen? And great. Let's come down here. We're going to do neck pull. You can do it with the straps or without. I love this with the bar right behind the occipital of your head. Make sure it's not behind your neck. Doesn't help you at all. And you can keep your thumbs to the front or thumbs to the back. What we're looking for here is that you can achieve that nice wide chest when you're up and tall. We're going to do our neck pull from up here. And then as we curve over, we're dropping the chin, we're curving the spine, but not because our elbows are pulling on us. Then we're going to peel back up. Roll that down. You can go all the way down if you like. As soon as your bar touches, we're going to curve right back over. Exhale for 3. Peel yourself up, finding the widest chest position, the lowest shoulder position. Take it down. And forward. 1, 2, 3, peeling that back up. Let's do the last one. On the last one, try bringing your hand just a little closer in. It does change the exercise. And let's see if we can round back and bring it forward and curl it up. Okay, keep the same hand position. We're going down for some bridge, and we're going to pull the bar apart as we begin our shoulder bridge. So you're not ending up on your neck. Let's really find where this position stops at the shoulder blades. And we're going to start with just some simple marching. The more you pull that bar apart, the steadier the hips can stay. Now let's do a slide out, flex and point, bringing it back in. Slide out, pointing up, flexing down, bringing it in. Trying to keep those hips nice and even. What's so nice about this, we're doing a slip a little extra in here. Put your pole down. Bring your arms down. Now, pretend you've got the bar here. Pull apart. Find that same wide back position. And now, when you do just a few marches here, are you staying even? Give me 1. Reach up, flex and down. Can you keep those hip points at the same place? And down. All right. We are ready for our next Love Potion number 9 stretch. We're going to do tree, but we're going to do our tree on the mat. Your bottom foot you can place in the strap if you'd like. You don't have to have it in the strap. Go ahead and put the bar just right behind the thigh. Find a nice round position here, and let's extend up. We're going to take this up behind the calf. Little drop of the head. Let's do a point flex for 3. And now as we lower ourselves down to the bed, you're just letting that bar pull behind the leg. Give yourself a nice stretch here and a little pressure stretch if it feels good on your hamstring. I always love this one. Taking an inhale and exhale, floating back up. 1 more pull and bringing that down. Slide that foot under. Bring it behind the other thigh. And let's do extension. And not unusual when you get to the other side. Might feel a little different. Slide up like a little pressure roll there. And let's flex and point. There is 3. Okay, we're working our way down this leg. Giving ourselves little pressure point massage there. And lengthen it out again. Bring it up. Curve it. Pull and bringing that down. All right. Can leave your feet in your strap. Don't have to. We're going to do our spine twist, and we're going to do spine twist with the bar behind us. So this sort of bicep curl position opens the chest so nicely. So let's twist. And as you reach, the bar will only touch one side of your back waist at a time. One more. And releasing that. All right, jackknife. So depending on how you did our rollover, if you did it with this bar, you could try using the handles for your bed, and vice versa. If you did it the other way, where are you? There you are. So I'm going to try. For the handles for this jackknife, let's go ahead and take the legs up and over. Let's reach up and nice and slow. Let's find that drop back down to the bed. Up and over. Reaching up, keeping the eyes up and articulating that spine down, down, down. Let's do the last. Finding that breath. Good. Okay. For our side kicks, we're going to use our pole. So I'm going to keep this moon box right there. Should be just fine for me. I'll just slide down a little bit. So feet are out on the moon box. My spine from elbow point to hip is lined up, and pole is going right in the ground. So I'm going to use the palm facing towards my head position. You can also use the palm facing towards your feet position. Play with it. You have this class for 2 weeks. You can play around how you would like your positioning to be. Now, by pressing down, getting that pole down into the ground, you'll feel your waist lift a little bit off the mat, and that's exactly what we want. So let's try kick, 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 kick. The pole also gives you kind of a reference point of how far forward to go. Last time, keep your leg back here. Let's try 3 circles in each direction. And reverse it. Now we're going to bring those legs back in here. We're going to point up and flex down. You can feel that upper body work in your top arm that maybe we sometimes don't feel in our normal side kick situation. Let's come up. Slide your box down if you've got them. I will tell you though, with this wonderful raised mat, the moon boxes are a little bit heavier. They don't just go flying across. So feet out. Find that nice alignment in the body where you're lined up with your mat. You can try, let me show you the other hand position. So I think did I do this one before? I don't remember which one I did on the other side. So this one I'm going to do palm facing away. And I'm pushing down with the mat, feeling my waist lift off of the floor, and let's kick towards the pole and away from the pole. And let's see if I can find a more stable position for that pole. One more. Staying back here, so 3 circles. Can you feel the arm that's facing the ceiling, doing more work all the way from the arm to the back? Now line that back up and let's go point up, flex down. And bringing that in. Let's go into our teaser. Heck yeah, we're using this pole. So I'm going to do my teaser from upright. So I'm balanced as if I was going to get ready to do rolling like a ball. I'm going to reach the arms and legs out so I can see if the pole and my feet are generally at eye height at the same time. That's nice. Up with the arms. Down, bring it back up, bring it bar down, reach it out, arms up, lower down, come back up, bring the arms up, reach it out, relax that. Okay, we're going to try the legs. Let's try teaser 2. We're going to try now the underhand bicep curl position. Start from here. Extend away. Can you lower the legs and bring them back up? And relaxing that. For our hip circles, I'm going to place the hands on the lower part of this mat. Like I said, this mat is very raised. So as I come up, I start like a little slow, and then I like a little speed as a finish. And other side. Good. And bringing that down. For leg pull front, this is a fun one to do with your bar. If leg pull front is not the easiest thing for you, place your bar somewhere just behind the calf, and not the calf, the ankles and the Achilles. What that does when you start from your turnout, arms behind you, and you start to squeeze up and into position, it reminds you not to collapse behind your heels. So now as you lift up, you have to really think about point up, flex down, not hyperextending at the knee, and holding yourself up, coming down here. Let's do side bend. Don't need the pole for this guy. So side bend, you have some great options. You can keep your forearm down if you like that. You can do the arm long. I'm going to do the arm long one. So you want a little bit of an angle here. The palm of your hand is lined up with the feet that are here. I always like to start with this arm a little bit in front of me. It reminds me to pull the shoulder down and get a nice stretch from the back of my shoulder blade. So then as I push up, I'm continuing that stretch. I come back down, find it again. One more. And bringing that down. Swing those legs around. Let's go the other way. All right, so foot just wrapped around foot. Hand in that same line. Long angle here. Starting with the arm ahead, turning on the back of my lat shoulder blade, letting them know we're coming in. And up we go. And down. One more. All right, let's do some push-ups. So with our push-ups, we're going to use the pole for part of it, and then we'll let the pole go. I don't expect you to roll out with the pole. So start with that peel that we did when we were doing our spine stretch forward. Peel the bar up, reach over, pulling the bar apart as you round down. Leave it here at your feet. Walk out. Let's do a push-up hold, staying here for 3, 2, 1. Dropping the head, pushing back up with the arms. Now walk back. Stay here, grab your pole. Pull it apart before you even start to lift up. And return that down. We're going to do that again. Here we go. We're pressing up, up, up. We're going to round over. Pulling, pulling, pulling apart. Drop off your bar. Walk it out for 1, 3. I like a 4 walk. Press down. We're staying here for 3. Breathe with me. 3 and 2 and 1. Woo! Chin. Reach long, long, long. Walk back. Grab your bar. Pull it apart. And start to take that up, up, up. Good. Woo. All right, OPC, look at us. Giving ourselves some time to do some extra stretches, giving ourselves that love potion. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm always honored that I get to spend time with you and that I get to share with you the things that are running through my head, the things I'm diving into in my own practice. And I hope in this month of love that you'll do this class a bunch, give yourself lots of extra stretches this month, and that you are having a loving all year long. Bye-bye, OPC. See you soon.